Hey guys, welcome to another Doge update on Crypto Down Under. Thanks for tuning in. So, where were we the last time we spoke? The last time we caught up, we were following a channel, I believe. Let me jump down to the 1 hour chart. But, oh wait, before we do, just a second. So, just to rehash, we've got this falling wedge. Red line, green line, falling wedge. We're still in that. You can see evidently it's in that. And it looks like price has re-entered the accumulation / consolidation zone that we've been in for like many years. Just below 10 cents. So we'll zoom into the 1 hour. I had a channel drawn out from last time. And also a rising wedge similar to Bitcoin. Doge found itself in a rising wedge. It's since, had the textbook outcome of falling out of it to the downside. So that's all done and dusted. Let me delete those lines. They're not relevant anymore. We did have a bit of a swing fail above the yellow line. We came up, probably grabbed a bunch of longs, as in long liquidity, liquidated some shorts, grabbed some short liquidity, stopped some shorts out perhaps, and then moved down anyway. So some bulls may have been trapped up in this area thinking that this was a continuation of this, just going up and up in a channel. That wasn't the case. It was a high. Got even a head and shoulders situation happening here too, or it did happen. Something like that, head and shoulders. So will we fall out of this descending channel here, this parallel? It's quite possible. Notice where we've pulled up. Remember, I had this channel drawn in days ago, like back on the 12th. I think it was, we had this point and this point. So we had A and B. We didn't know the future. We didn't know what was going to happen, but look where there seems to be a C test of this trend line. And this is why we put trend lines in, because they can produce significant points to test and bounce off or react to. So this may produce enough of a reason of support to come up and rally back up eventually and maybe even test the top side. Now, obviously, if we lose that support, if we lose the channel, we have to reassess, but and that would invalidate this channel, or it would end it basically. Now, from a Fibonacci, I did this on my Bitcoin update video. I did a Fibonacci retracement from the low. Now, the low, just to give you price levels, it's basically 8 cents to the high, the recent high of about 11 cents. So 8 to 11. The 50% retracement level would be about 9.575. So 9.5 cents. We're not there yet. We're currently at 9.9. So we've just dipped below 10 cents recently. So a 0.5 test would see us come down to about 9.57. Now that may not even happen. We may not even need to dip that hard. As you can see, there's already some kind of evidence or not evidence, but hints at a pivot taking place with the length of these tails on these candles. That was a nasty couple of hours right there of correction. You've got a 2.2% down and then another 2.4% down basically. So taking that whole move, that's a pretty heavy correction, about 5%. If you take it down to the wicks, it's about 6. So it's pretty significant of a correction on that time frame. Now, from obviously there's so many similarities, of course, between Doge and Bitcoin on this time frame. You had an uptrend on Bitcoin, which had its market structure broken, so it's changed the character back into a down structure, which basically pivoted here. That becomes the pivot. We've pivoted to the downside from the upside. So kind of obvious. It's very basic, but the basics are important. So grasping the basics is where it's at. And then, you can get as technical as you like from there. But I think most people will be on the same page as noticing that there could be like a head and shoulders situation playing out or unfolding on Doge. This being the left shoulder, that being the head, this being the right shoulder, and we're figuring out if the neckline's going to break. So the neckline would be the bottom of this channel, as I see it. So we're basically testing the neckline as we speak. And to whether that breaks down or not, we'll find out. We'll find out by the next video whether there is a further sell-off to follow. But yeah, I don't know that it needs to do anything. It'll do what the market, it'll go where the market wants to take it, basically. Technical analysis. Price does not follow the rules of what technical analysis is trying to project. So, and what do I mean by that? I mean that just because a head and shoulders printed up on a chart does not mean it has to break down. And this is why patterns and technical analysis are not a guarantee. They're not a silver bullet. They're not going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. It's just, we're just playing with probability. There's a very strong difference between probability and a guarantee. Nothing will guarantee any outcome in markets or charts. Unfortunately, otherwise we'd all be rich, right? It'd be so easy. But so yeah, we're working with probability. All different types of chart patterns and styles and ways of analyzing the charts have varying degrees of probability. Some unlikely, some highly likely. So you just got to find what works, what produces the best and consistent results for you, and go with that. Some people like to get into oscillators and divergences. Some people even like to look at the moon and figure out what the planets are doing, and that's fine. If they can find a pattern, if they can find a rhythm, and, with high probability outcomes, then go for it. Do what you got to do. But just, try to find something consistent and be consistent with your actions taken. So this is not financial advice, of course. We express this in all our videos, not just my channel, but all the other channels that we're aware of. No one is out here telling anyone what to do, per se. It's up to you to decide. This is just my opinion. This is just my angle on what I think is the charts are doing, where I think things are going, and also reporting on what's happened. So yeah, I don't want to sort of, I'm not going to give you a bias per se. I'm going to give you what the setups are and where they suggest, like a head and shoulders suggests a breakdown, that kind of thing. But yeah, the structure is to the downside at the moment. We'll track when it breaks back. If the character changes back to an uptrend, we'll cover that. But anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. And once again, thanks for tuning in to another Crypto Down Under video update on Doge. And remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you feel you want to chip in with any ideas, criticisms, feedback, support, anything, suggestions even. So, all right, I'll catch you in the next one.